Hey, what's going on YouTube? Matt here. Memorial Day, got to sleep in, it's great, got some great sleep. The Whoop score was off the charts, it was awesome. Today I would like to talk about the new workout plan that I am starting. Fitness goals, nutrition goals for the next 3 months. We're going to be doing a little bit of car talk. We're going to be doing a little bit of whiteboard talk because I like to put stuff in visuals. I can put up all the cool little cuts and text and everything in a video, but sometimes it's just better to write stuff down on a board. I'm old school like that. It's just the way I do things. And then, of course, there's going to be videos of me, mane in full effect, just going crazy up in the air, and do some jiu-jitsu and gym videos. So let's get into it. So my plan was for the last month, I've been doing the RP Strength or RP Hypertrophy app, and it's good. Do not get me wrong. It is a phenomenal app, but I just wasn't feeling it for jiu-jitsu. I was doing 4 to 5 days a week in the gym, and the workouts were intense. I think if I would have spread it out to a full 5 days a week, it would have been better. Because there were some workouts that would be easily, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. And then to catch up with the amount of volume for their plans that I was missing out on, it was going up to like an hour and a half on some days later on the week. So it was just a bit much. So I was looking around trying to find something else that for right now focused on strength and conditioning, cardio, mobility, and sport-specific exercises for jiu-jitsu. That's a pretty big pill to fill. However, I found an app called Juggernaut BJJ. It is an app. I will put a link to it down below. Made by Juggernaut Training Systems. I've been following them for years because they did powerlifting and strongman work. And it was crazy to me to find out that the main owners and trainers and everything from Juggernaut Training Systems were all practitioners of jiu-jitsu as well, pretty much. And they help train world-class black belts. So I was like, oh, that's so cool. And they're like, hey, we have an app. It's called Juggernaut BJJ. And it's an AI-formed workout program to help you out with jiu-jitsu. And looked into it to help design some workouts of what I'm looking for. Phenomenal. It has 3 to 4 days a week of strength training, 2 to 3 days work of mobility and cardio. So my current plan, and I'm going to put this all on the whiteboard later to kind of break down what it is and give a better idea if it's a program that you actually would like to do. So they have a contest prep version of their workout, and I planned it out for 3 months. So for the next 3 months, it breaks everything down. Now you plug in all your weights, and it will carry your weights over. So if I'm doing incline bench press the next week, it should carry it over to the next week. So it keeps my numbers in there. I can plug in there if I'm training jiu-jitsu that day or not. It's phenomenal. Like I said, I'll break it down more on the whiteboard here in a bit. But that is my plan now, to use that app for the next 3 months to get me into shape. And today I'm actually going to be starting filming, because I'm going to film throughout the week. That's what we talk about, other stuff as well. But every Friday I want to release a video of a new series I'm starting called Road to IBJJF. And what that is it's my road for the next 3 months of a 41-year-old man going to compete at the IBJJF Jitsu-Con Novice International. I'll be a white belt competing against other white belts at my age bracket. So 41 years old. I think it's 41 to 45 or 46, somewhere in there. So it's just a bunch of old men getting out on the mat, just terrorizing each other. But that's going to be the newest series that I'm starting. And it's going to be interesting because it'll be the first time in a long time that I've buckled down to compete at a top tier level. And this will be the first time that I've actually documented my whole journey. So it's going to be fun. Of course, in there, I keep saying it, I'm going to put up a nutrition video. I might be able to do that today. But nutrition is going to be on point. Still going along the lines of more of an animal-based workout. Just high protein, moderate fats, and moderate carbohydrates. But most of my carbohydrates are coming from rice and veggies. Very little, sweet potatoes. So no pastas, no breads. If I'm doing breads, it's going to be, I'm going to be very picky about it. I'm not just going down to Walmart and getting a bag of great value and calling it good. Trying to cut down the amount of gas that is produced from eating forms of carbohydrates, because everybody's like, oh man, you get those protein farts. Protein farts are so bad. Maybe from protein shakes, but whenever I was in full swing on carnivore, I didn't pass gas. I know this is way, too much for y'all, but like I never really passed gas when I was on the carnivore workout. Most of it came from carbs. Like if I added in oats or anything crazy, that's where all my gas came from. All that extra fiber I was eating and stuff. So, but that is the plan for the next 3 months. It's going to be fun. It's going to be an enjoyable journey. And of course, there's going to be side quests, going on camping trips, going to see sites with my family. Because even though I'm doing all this stuff, I'm still, still a dad. I'm still a father. Still a husband, so I still have to do these things, which in my mind is an enjoyable part of it because I get to do things that I want to do along with sharing this journey with my family. But that's enough yakking. Let's get into the gym. Let's tear this workout up, and then we'll get to the whiteboard. See you in a second. Okay, so we've had a pretty busy day, and sorry for the setup that I've got, but this is all that I can throw together in my office, and this is a lot faster than me editing and adding in a bunch of text to the video. So this is going to be my breakout for the next 3 months. Monday is going to be a chest, back, and legs day, and then I'll have comp class, so that's about 2.5 hours of jiu-jitsu there. Tuesday is a conditioning day, so a lot of abs, a lot of speed bike, a lot of kind of like HIIT training, but not like 4 to 8 minutes, like 15 to 30 minutes. And then I'll have normal class on those days. And for comp class and my normal classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I will be rolling for about half an hour, getting in about anywhere from 4 to 6
6-minute rounds. On Wednesday is legs, back, and arms. Thursday is going to be another conditioning day, similar to Tuesday, but it just throws in some other stuff. Of course, again, like I said, class. Friday is going to be chest, back, and legs. No jiu-jitsu that day. Saturday, I put down as a rest day. Excuse me. Because I usually don't go to open mat on Saturdays. They have an open mat at 9 a.m. I usually don't go to it because I like to sleep in, just because I usually go to bed at like 10 o'clock at night and wake up at 5 every day throughout the week. So that's my one day that I'm like, you know what, I'm going to sleep in. And then Sunday, about 3 o'clock, they have a women's open mat at my gym. So my wife goes to that. And then I hit up the open mat after that. My current weight right now, if you can see it, is 192 pounds. After 3 months, my goal is to get down to 178. For my macros, I don't have the exact breakdown of my caloric intake. I'm guessing, according to my Whoop score, I'm going to guess about 2,800 calories on most of my like hardcore days is like what I'm burning. So to be in a caloric deficit, I'm going about 300 to 500 calories less than that. So say anywhere from 25 to 2,200 calories or 2,300 calories, which is good. And my goal is to get about 180 grams of protein. The fat, I'm still going to keep my fat high. And then my carbohydrates, I'm going to keep anywhere from 120 to 150, just because my main carbohydrate source, like I said before, is going to be like fruits, rice, stuff like that. I'm not going to be eating 250 grams of carbohydrates because that'll just bloat the ever living out of me. I'm going to try to do what I can to have good sugars in my body to help me get through the energy, but not fill myself with pasta, with ramen, with potatoes. It's going to be rice and fruit is kind of where I'm at. And right now it's going well for me. I did kind of slack off the month of May, end of April, beginning of May. I was doing good, but then we started going out to eat all the time, and then it was like, and then Memorial Day weekend, you can't turn down food at Memorial Day weekend. I think that would be literally un-American. we remember the fallen and have hot dogs, hamburgers, and have cookouts. So anyway, that is my goal for the next 3 months. I will be competing at least once in that time. July, I'm planning on going down to Tulsa to compete at the AGF Tulsa Open. I believe it's like July 11th and 12th. I don't know. But I think with this program used from Juggernaut BJJ, it will help me get to that goal. And I will adjust my macros and my caloric intake as needed. Probably change it about every 3 to 4 weeks, just because if I'm dropping weight, my calories needed are going to be less, especially if I'm trying to lose weight. But we'll figure that as we go. But thank you for sticking around for this little bit of a longer video. I know we covered a lot of different bases. We showed some good footage of rolling at jiu-jitsu as well as workouts this morning. I got a cool present in today. I made my first merch. I do not have this for sale yet, but I'm hoping that Stay Capable is going to be trending one of these days. So I decided to make a shirt for it because I want to, and I have a rash guard, and it's going to be like one of my main rash guards that I wear at jiu-jitsu because, I mean, it describes my whole channel and way of life right now. Just trying to stay capable. So I want to rep that. So if you have any comments, throw them down in the comment section. I want to hear some feedback. If there's anything that you'd like to talk about as far as like training in the second half of your life, in your 30s, your 40s, any beginner questions about jiu-jitsu, fitness, nutrition, powerlifting, strongman, just any of it, throw it on out there. I'm always, I try to answer the questions that I can. So thanks for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll talk to you all next time. Remember, all we're trying to do is stay capable out there. We only get one life. Might as well take care of ourselves. You all have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you next time.